There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. Took a little bit longer than expected to get things going. Had to take out the Fluffo dog. But we are live again. How you guys doing? So we got 2 outbreaks today we're going to be working on. Yeah, thankfully they're all concentrated basically in the same area. Go straight south. Okay. But yeah, so basically what we're doing is we're going to be going for grubbin and for YANMA. Hello there, Omar. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Me right now. Hello, Among Us. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so it's pretty good. I hope everything for everyone has been doing well. There we go. Yeah. It's gonna be in... There we go, there's a grubbin. Alright. Grubbin outbreak. Also, for those wondering why I have the Gliscor in my party, I was doing terror raids, found a Gliscor raid, which I did so I can get a luxury ball. Gliscor, probably gonna be from the Zuda breeding. At some point in the future. How you doing, Ash? Hello, Sonic. Hello, Jays. How's everyone doing? Welcome in, Anakin. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's get counting our number of knockouts. There we go. Save game. There we go. Little bit disorganized. A little bit disorganized at the moment, but we're doing well. Just had to go take the Fluffo outside. But we're good now. Alright, there we go. First grubbing down. Now we need to find the illusion. My Switch has been lost for weeks. What do you mean when you say your Switch has been lost for weeks? You mean it's like you can't find your Switch? Or it's not working? Hello, Pepsi Man. How you doing? Hope everyone is doing well. There we go. Yeah, I'm hoping today we finally get the Grubbin family finished. Because this thing has taken far too long. Like, we've hunted this thing, I think, what, like 3 or 4 times. Can't find it. It's weird. Huh. I mean, when in doubt, just tear your entire house apart. And hopefully then you'll be able to find it. Because I know when I've lost things, I will go on a spree of just tearing apart room systematically. It's like, okay, we will search this room, I will overturn literally everything inside of it. When every square inch has been inspected, okay, we'll go to the next room. And then just doing that for literally every single room. We're using bulk run to knock out everything. It mostly is just easier this way. Okay, let's go see if Iron Valiant's faster. Did it really? That interesting. Hello there, Mo. How are you doing? Hope you're doing very well. Huh. Could you have put it in something like a backpack or something? So the wing is an iron moth to my imagination. Lizard like fire wings. It's still not a fluffin' dragon. Well, the thing is, there is reasonable evidence to show that the Paradox Pokemon actually were not real things. So it's like, it's weird to explain. But there is support and evidence for the Paradox Pokemon not actually being real Pokemon. Like the past Paradoxes never actually existed. The main one being it's impossible for there to be an ancient ancestor of Suicune Entei Raikou when Suicune Entei Raikou did not exist until, in context, like 100 years ago. So something funky's going on with the Paradox Pokemon. The problem is that above the DLC, you can't use it on the Switch. What if Ho took inspiration from the Paradox we render? The thing is, it is implied that it didn't take inspiration. Remember, the paradoxes are apparently millions of years old. You know, the paradox ancient versions aren't like a few hundred years old. They are implied to be basically like the dinosaurs for the Pokemon. Where, you know, keeping in mind, if the Pokemon world is a one-to-one analog of ours, which in many ways is becoming, surviving the meteor impact is not something that Pokemon like that would really have been able to do. Which, yes, for those who don't know, I actually like have a very big cast of fantasy. I mean, Hope would be immortal, would be this back then. The thing is, legendary Pokemon are not immortal with the exception of, like, the Sinnoh Creation Dragons. Granted, a large part of that is because in some ways they exist kind of outside of time and reality. So it's like, time for them doesn't work the same. It's weird. Even other legendaries, like the legendary birds and stuff, there are multiples of them. Hello there, Forehead Queen Ash. Hello there, Eevee. How are you doing? Simultaneously. Exactly, Forehead. Exactly, you absolute forehead. No, like his Phoenix. It gets close to dying, and about itself is gonna go into like a volcano. Interesting? Possible. But the other thing also is that the ancient paradox Roaring Moon is Mega Evolution Salamence. Something which didn't exist. Remember, Mega Evolution exists only because AZ fired the ultimate weapon, and basically the radioactive, air quote, radioactive fallout from the ultimate weapon created Mega Stones. Which is what Roaring Moon is. Basically, it's a Mega Salamence, which couldn't have existed because Mega Evolution is not natural. No, it is specifically meant to resemble Mega Salamence. Iron Valiant is meant to resemble both Mega Gallade and Mega Gardevoir. It is I call them the apex paradoxes because their stat lines are significantly higher than the other paradoxes. Other paradoxes are 570, they are 590. They are the only two that are based on Mega Evolutions. Technically, Iron Valiant's based on two different Mega Evolutions, but it is one Pokemon. Well, if that's the case, it must be down the suffering and pain. Well, no, because that was what Mega Evolutions were, not design concept, and literally it is made to specifically resemble Mega Evolution. Well, the thing is, Roaring Moon is not a Mega Evolution. It just simply resembles one. But also, yes, Mega Evolutions basically cause massive suffering to Pokemon that Mega Evolve. Like to remind, Mega Glalie literally breaks its jaw open. Mega Tyranitar's back literally just rips apart to Mega Evolve. It's like, when you Mega Evolve, you're putting your Pokemon in constant pain. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Scizor is, like, constantly on the verge of just turning into a puddle of molten metal. Like, it's definitely, like, specifically say that. Like, it is in the process of literally melting down. Which is freaking nightmare-inducing. It's just Halloween Clefairy. Factual statement, Barb. You're not incorrect on that. Okay, that should be 60 knockouts. Which, for us, is all that we needed. It's not like Mega Charizard has to cool flare, cool fire. Hello, 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 kill it. We can still make big except picnic is now go. Alright, that's good. Not even 10 minutes that entire fiasco. No, not bad. Agree or disagree on what? Hello there, Godzilla Fan 2023 Productions. We are massive Godzilla fans. Pleasure to meet a fellow Godzilla fan. What was that on Jay? What did you say, Jays? Oh, James? Denemoth. Point is, Slipwing should be Bug Dragon type. I don't really know, because, like, there's a lot of Pokemon that are, like, reptilian looking and they're not dragon types. Actually, most Pokemon are reptilian and non-dragon. Fighting actually does make a little bit more sense than it, but also, Bug Dragon wouldn't give it a double weakness. Because if you look at both Iron Moth, Slitherwing, and Volcarona, all three of them have quad weaknesses. Flying, rock, and ground. It's kind of meant to give more... I need to go and get another thing of bell peppers. I do not have enough peppers. But yeah, they're meant to be, like, similar in the way of they all have, they all have a quad weakness. I do not play Pokemon ROM hacks. Potentially I may start playing them when I get to a certain sub-goal, but I do not. I think you've asked me before that, Justin. Hello there, guys, old fans. Welcome back. So why is Charizard getting... Why is Charizard so low? I know the rated... Also, I can get why Charizard is allowed, which is cool. That's better rated, but that's a good reason. The interesting thing is Charizard actually gets significantly more appreciation from Game Freak, because at the time they were starting to do things, it was the naturally more popular of the three. That's the weird thing about Charizard, is it wasn't Game Freak pushing that made it popular, it was the naturally more popular of the three starters, and they just ran with it. Now, over time, that's morphed into something entirely different, which is a problem, I will say. Pikachu Outbreak, I'm assuming. Maybe for the decorative toothpick. No, Ash just likes Pikachu. Simping is what Sly Guy does. We do not approve of what Sly Guy does. Because Sly Guy is the boomer. I also realized I joined the content creators Discord server. Nice! Well, you make stuff, Lexi. One of the mods go grab Lexi's link, please. Thank you very much. Let's see, what do we need? We still need... I think I have enough potato salad ingredients, correct? I also wish Blastoise get more love in the original game. The best starter, also total time. I believe Blastoise is only the best starter in terms of speedrunning. That's a prosciutto, cloth sticks, smoked fly, rice, noodles, we have enough potato salad. There we go. Rusty old man is not bean, he is lentil. What the freak is a lentil? I've heard of those things. What are they? Remember, I'm a smooth brain. No, just wait on the Blissey raids. We are just looking for shiny Grubbin. Hello, Seth. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. There are 18 of you absolute legends here in chat. With bean adjacent. It's fascinating. You don't know what a lentil is? I'm smooth brain, Ash. You haven't discovered this now? You've known me for like 2 years. You haven't realized my smooth brain? Who's a real smooth brain here? Me or the one who hasn't realized I'm a smooth brain? Forehead. You better lentil some brain cells and figure out. That doesn't make any sense, Ash. I'll never guess what I found in Legends. I'm assuming... I will assume you found a shiny alpha last night, Seth. Like lending brain cells. That's not how that works, Ash. That's not how puns work. Count Quackula. Count Quackula. I don't think I want to know. Shiny Alpha. Nice! Very nice. Wait, not that. 1, 2, 3. Prosciutto. And then 2 servings of potato salad. Spicy, spicy Urban Mystica. Nice typo right there, Ash. Nice typo. Ka-freakin'. You continuously Skill issue, your typos, Ash. Try again next time. You must wait in line to try to typo again. Forehead. Absolute giga forehead. Freak you. No, because that's not even a word, forehead. Try again. Champion. I'm not a big chicken person. I was always more of a red meat and seafood person. Which I'm happy because tomorrow is Fish Fry Friday. Speaking of legends, we've got a shiny Zoroark and Legends in Brave. He's saying not going to the Iceland. Zoroark is now nice. Very, very nice. Shiny Blorb. We're trying to get some herbs back in a moment. Honestly, that's the same thing that I've been doing, Godzilla fan. Basically, throughout the day, as I am working on my match prep for the Elite Battle League, as I am working on editing videos, as I'm just doing exercises in my room, because after all, trying to lose weight, you gotta keep up the weight loss by just doing exercise passively throughout the day. I basically just passively just keep doing terror raids throughout the day as I'm doing those, and it's just to try and get back my Urban Mystica stockpile. Wait, what? Right, it doesn't work with spicy Urban Mystica. We figured this out last time. You have to use salty for it. Yeah, it's a slow, gradual process. Also, everyone, there is actually a mystery gift ongoing at the present moment. That is, let me go grab the actual link. There it is. Yes. It is sweet or spicy, all one word, except the O in or is a 0, and the I in spicy is a 1, and it gives you either a sweet Herba Mystica or a spicy Herba Mystica. It is a mystery gift. So, free Herba Mystica. Always good. If only I could get it. I'm pretty sure you don't need Switch Online for it. Yeah, you don't need Nintendo Switch Online for it, which is one of the good things about it. If I recall correctly, you shouldn't need Switch Online. But yeah, I believe it is a single one, but I mean, it's still a Urban Mystica. 1 is still good. No, I'm pretty sure I did mine before. Oh, right. Could you have, like, brought it somewhere and forgotten you brought it? Like, you ever brought it to, like, someone in your family's house and left it there? Because, like, that's also one of the reasons I don't actually play in handheld mode. Because knowing me, I would leave it somewhere and just not have a clue where I leave it. It's only been in my room since my last time broke. Could have, like, fallen behind, like, your bed, or, like, between your bed and, like, your mattress? I don't know. Weird. Or possibly the living room. I'd recommend looking there. Like, could it be under the couch cushions? The couch cushions are a black hole that suck up everything. Wow. I believe you. Then I guess it may be in their room or the living room. Because I'm struggling to imagine how could it have been, like, misplaced. Like, how? There is significant confusion. You want, like, 3 weeks? I mean, if it's been missing for 3 weeks, then a very serious worry is it may have gotten garbaged. Which I always dread happening. Pokemon that refused to shine out the biggest, but exactly, Anakin. Do you have, like, a basement it could be in? Or maybe a mother has taken it. The mother has taken the Switch. Very weird. It was a strong magnet. Did you? There we go. Okay, so yes, it is spicy herb Mystica does not work with the sandwich. Biggest fear is leaving it in a faraway place like a hotel room. Honestly, that's why I don't, like... That's why this thing does not leave docked. Sweet or spicy. But it is... Or the O is a 0, and the I in spicy is a 1. So sweet or spicy. No spaces. You're not shiny, are you? Yeah, no, shiny Grubbin's red. So we don't need to worry about that. My base is, yeah. I know someone who they went on with like a family. They went like to go visit family in, I think it was like Australia, and they're like from England. And they left their Switch in England. They didn't bring it with them on vacation. They just didn't have it for like several weeks. So it was like, that's the reason why. That is the reason why. Pardon me for one moment. To go grab something. That's why I got this. Travel case. For my Switch. That way, if I ever go anywhere, it's not frickin' leaving here. So it's like, I am prepared. When I go to regionals, this thing is coming with me. Exclusively, because I do not want to lose my Switch. Or have it break when in transit. The basement kitchen, every cabinet, room, every shelf, under the couch, my room, under the bed, in my closet, underneath the rug, bunk room, literally everywhere. Wow. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like at that. You're a Godzilla fan, because the final wars behind you. Oh, you should see the more extensive Godzilla things we have Godzilla from. Got Kiryu. And also I have on the wardrobe, whatever the freak the thing is called, I got like 7 other Godzilla figures of various sizes. And a few Godzilla posters around the room. They're just not in camera visibility range. Do you see the new King Kong? I did not. I didn't check behind the TV. Wow. That is a very stubborn Switch. That's some sweet herb. Yeah, I did not see the new King Kong game that came out. I am waiting. I am waiting for the next Godzilla and Kong movie. I'm looking forward to that. Possibly, I will actually be seeing that when I go visit my dad in Vegas. So, that's gonna be something. I'm not spoon-fed Ash, you forehead. You absolute giga forehead. You are the actual giga forehead, Ash. Smogon really just banned Blood Moon or so goofers. You gotta remember, Smogon bans fun. Anything that is fun, Smogon actively seeks to kill. Which is one of the reasons why we hear Stan VGC. Double's the only way to go. Double is the better form. Like, they banned Excalibur, they banned Excalibur, they banned Houndstone, they banned Iron Bundle, they banned Ogerpon, the one form people actually really, really like. They banned Gambit Face. Of course they banned Gambit Face. Like, they banned fun. Oh, they're always trigger happy with bans. Them being trigger happy with banning this gen is their usual banning trigger happiness. Wouldn't be about to ban Skeletor. Didn't they ban Volcarona? I'm pretty sure Volcarona got banned. It's like, they ban everything. Like, just ban having fun at that point. Playing through as much of Shields, I can't tell by the DLC from Shields to buy that much. Nice. I would wait until we see everything that's in DLC 2 for Scarlet Violet before getting the DLC for Sword and Shield. Imagine getting +6 speed, then baton passing and just spamming Torch Song. Oof. Well, at that point, just Flamebot, Flash Fire. Baton Pass is banned. I thought Baton Pass was only banned if you're baton passing another stat in addition to speed. But again, that's what I mean is like, Baton Pass is one of those things that people wouldn't really try doing to a high degree. It's just that because they put such a focus on Baton Pass's ban, that people want to go find all the ways to exploit Baton Pass as much as possible. It's like, a problem is created because they draw attention to something, and then when that thing is threatened to be banned, people want to go all out just using it just for as much shenanigans as possible. Whereas, like, if you don't ban something, people won't really be doing that thing just because of the potential for it to be gone. Baton Pass has been banned. They've banned Baton Pass every gen. Well, that's one of my main issues with Smogon, Anakin. Is the people voting are like the higher ups, like, well, the people with like the controlling ability to have stuff effectively banned are like the high ups in the ladder who like they play a lot of their own formats. It was like they're making rules for a format they are actively playing, so they're creating rules for a format they have a vested interest in. I don't think that should be allowed. Something about that just feels very, very wrong. Like, if you're making rules for this, I don't think you should be a player in that format. But that's just my 2 cents. Because, like, I don't think it's a surprise that a lot of the Pokemon that have been banned have also been very strong counters to certain long-running, very popular, good Pokemon in singles. Just saying there's a connection. I'm not accusing anything. I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying that it's a trend. It is trend. Banning Smogon, but Smogon hates hyper offense. I like hyper offense, not defensive. Put them down and calculate bans at random. Well, if they don't know what's common by play, and then their bans will random. The thing is, they can track what is being used at the higher levels, but the thing is, they also ban the stuff that counters, presumably, what is good for them. So it's like, if they... the thing that I think that illustrates the best part about how, not necessarily, like, vindictive Smogon is, but how the ban system isn't really for balance, is during Gen 6, I think it was either Mega Sableye or Mega Metagross. Actually, it was Mega Sableye. Like, they were immediately pushing for, like, I think, like, Mega Metagross to get banned, and it didn't. And then right when Gen 7 happened again, they immediately started doing it again. So it was like, even if something wasn't strong enough to be banned, they still wanted it gone if they didn't like it. Which is like, again, you're making the rules of the format, you're playing the rules stuff. Maddie, I've been watching the playlist. Ready to bump you. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, what have I done? Well, I've made several errors. So making another one is not a surprise. I'll have to take a number, Danny Bryce. The waiting list begins behind Ash. Oh, nice. How did you enjoy Metroid Dread, Alex? I just let my whole culture is cuisine. I just let my whole culture is cuisine. You're gonna need to be a little bit more specific, Danny Bryce. You're gonna need to be a little specific. I eat almost exclusively, like, American food and Asian food. But I don't know what I'm trying to find. Easy number 2 games. Really? Interesting. Which Metroid Prime? 1, 2, or 3? Or do you mean, like, Prime as a whole? My competitive team is changed quite a lot since Skeletor's Bloom. Walking away, King Gambit haven't changed, but the other two have switched out a lot. Interesting. Walking Wake is the one that interests me the most when it comes to VGC legality in the future. Okay, the first Prime. Okay. I am Mexican. What to say about quesadillas being diabolical? I am Mexican food. I've never been a fan of Mexican food. It could just be I've had not good Mexican food in my experience, but it's never been something that, like, I was overly fond of. I'm very, like, burger. I'm very burger person. I'm not knowing this quesadilla was vile. I still don't really remember what a quesadilla is. I know a tortilla is a type of chip, Ash. It's a type of chip, right? I think. I'm surprised. We have Italian food as well. I mean, for me, that's just food. Taquito. What the heck is a taquito? Taquitos are like flat things. So it's basically just a flat piece of bread. So it's like pizza without any toppings on it. Is taco of melted cheese another ingredient sometimes? Yeah, I'm not really a fan of melted cheese. Like, I like macaroni and cheese. I like grilled cheese. But that's about as far as, like, it really extends. Like, I don't have cheeseburgers. I'm very much, like, a regular burger person. I don't really have, like, I don't eat nachos. Melted cheese on things is just one of those things that I never really was a big fan of, like, cheese on everything. Like, I don't have cheese on fries. Okay, pizza's different. Electro Serialized Ursa Luna Annihilate Voltron Textures. You had her involved on my team. It's gonna be Ursa Luna Blood Moon Ursa upon Heart Flame with the DLC. Nice. Nice. I wouldn't really consider pizza's cheese, like, melted. Like, I consider melted cheese like it is actively, like, liquid cheese, not mostly solid. Like, pizza cheese is, like, stretchy and stringy, but it's not, like, actively melting. Whom says that summoned me? That's melted cheese. Johnny Yaman and I met, I got Johnny Gals already closed. I was like, nice. I've never really had, like, cheese on pizza that is actively melting. Like, it's soft. But not like, Grubbin! Grubbin! It's a shame Mudkip isn't here because he freaking loves Grubbin. After, what? Freaking 10 sandwiches and 6 phases! We finally got this thing. Finally! You have no idea how long this shiny hunt has been. Okay. Finally we have Grubbin. Yeah, we've been building a living shiny dex for a while, Pyramar. Pyramar, sorry. I'm so used to saying Pyramar. I keep missaying. Grubbin. Grubbin. Thank freaking heck it is not marked. I swear to freaking heck if you have a 0 speed, a 1 speed IV, You better not have a 1-speed IV. For those who don't know, the first shiny hunt we ever did on this channel was a 0-speed IV shiny Grubbin hunt back in Ultra Moon. And we got it in literally 30 eggs from a pseudo method. I really frickin' hope you are not 1-speed IV, because those who don't know, at level 50, which is what I played, what VGC is played at, a 0-speed IV and a 1-speed IV are identical. So I actually want to check to see if I can figure out what your actual speed stat is. Damage calculator. It's calculating time. It's time to calculate. Not time to duel, time to calculate. Alright. Grubbin. Grub. You are level... What about you freaking... Oh, 61. That's what level you are. 61. Speed is decent. Okay, good. It's not 0 speed. It is, like, probably 6 or 7 speed. I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm pretty sure Yanma... Yeah, Yanma's a daytime exclusive spawn. Alright, so we've now just gotta wait until until it's daytime again, and then we can start hunting for Yanma. Until then, let's just get looking for Volbeat and Illumise. Not gonna lie, I think the Switch needs more horror games like Silent Hill remakes and or collectively old games. Wait, have I told you I was working on a Shine Deck's not laughing at me? Nice, very nice. Ready to get up. I have never seen any of the Paldean Winds episodes. Hello there, Archer, how are you doing? Someone sent me a list of the bannable offenses. I lost counter for 15. Yes, I did not want to mark on Anakin, because anytime I get a marked shiny, I feel compelled to use that one. But the thing is, I already have a 0-speed IV shiny Vikavolt, and I did not want the thing of, oh no, now I'm gonna feel pressured to use that one. Thankfully, it wasn't marked. Hey, Undead Levi, can one of the mods go grab Undead Levi's link, please? Thank you very much, but welcome in. Very least, what is the 2? Features Masquerada. I don't like the Simp Cat. We are not Sly Guy. I'll be real. Meowsquad is probably one of my least favorite shinies. Not shinies. One of my, I don't... Granted, a large part of that stems from Sly Guy's overly simping over it. But... I don't know, not really a big fan of Meowsquarada. Granted, that's more because of I'd never really cared for Sprigatito, because I'm not really a cat person. Thank you very much, Ash. I think the first mark shine was a Haunter with the upbeat mark. Nice. Very nice. Very watch episode 2. I'm literally gonna screenshot and DM that to Sly. Shine looks about the same, albeit with purple. Purple. Purple is the best color. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the shiny forms of gems. The classes look good. Still gonna stay blue. I'm kind of glad that there are underwhelming shinies. One of my biggest worries when they started switching over to making all shinies custom designed, because from Generation 6 onwards, all shinies were no longer the color palette algorithm deciding what the shiny looked like. It was the developers and designers of the Pokemon also designed the shiny forms. My big worry was that they were going to make every single shiny, super awesome and way better than the base look of the Pokemon. So having, I guess, quote-unquote, not good shinies is, reassuring to me in a way of, they're not going to deliberately make things look bad, just so they can give better shinies, which, weird outlook, but it's a reassuring thing. Yeah. I'm doing well, Archer. Whoever would ever get myself when I would name him or her cat or any kind of... I have no idea what that means. Surprise Pokemon Center doesn't sell shiny starter plushies at premium price. The thing is, Pyramar, most people don't actually really know much about shinies. It's really only, like, the online community, which is, like, a very, very small portion of the Pokemon community, actually really cares about shinies. The vast majority of players don't really care about shinies. It's weird to say. Dropping a like, always wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, Sanders. I mean, this week's match of the EVL is going to be a pretty big one. Because it's going to be, this week is going to be the semifinals. And then next week, if we manage to win, if we manage to defeat Jakey XY, we are going on to the finals, where we will be fighting either Sly Guy, the crusty boomer man himself, or having an epic rematch with Pokepidge. Which, I will be real, it would be just poetic if the final battle of Sword and Shield's EBL thing is a rematch between the guy that has Zacian and the guy that has Zamazenta. It would be fitting. For me, you should guarantee a name Star Platinum. If not, what's wrong with you? See, here's the thing, Alex. I don't have a shiny Giratina, so I can't have one named Star Platinum. But that's what happens when we have the skill issue of not having a shiny Giratina. I'd have all of them. Oh my gosh, Ash. That does not surprise me. Star Platinum can only be Zacian. Star Platinum can only be... That is something that Ash will not yield on. Star Platinum, go burr. Sword Doge.ex. Yo! It's a Heracross! Oh, that is a lovely purple. I don't think you have self-KOing moves, but I'm not taking that risk. I'm screenshotting and pinging Sly because his favorite Pokemon is Heracross. Sly's favorite Pokemon is Heracross. Apparently Sly hates Gen 2. But his favorite Pokemon is Heracross. Why is it only in screenshot? There we go. I mean, we got our first shiny Heracross like that when we first hunted it. So it's a win. Thought it was pink. I think it was yes takedown. I mean, it's... The pink and purple kind of flip-flop depending on the lighting conditions. I know in some lighting it can look purple and in some it can look pink. Like here, this is freaking pink. That's pink. But... Like, it kind of looks purplish here. Like light purple. I think it's a lot of the lighting. Ampharos being removed from Crystal's crime. That is a factual statement, Jay. Removing Ampharos was a crime when it came to Crystal. I've never even played Crystal, and I know that's a crime. You don't mess with Sheepofloof. You do not mess with Thunderfloof. I have 4 shiny Heracross all random from me, Masuda hunting the place with the Autumn Woods. Sakarat Trail, I think is the name of that place. But yeah, the place right above Lag Lake. The place right above Lag Lake, I should say. Basically the face of Gen 2. I'd say Azumarill's kind of also the face of Gen 2. Also Togepi, but, like, Ampharos and Torrential. I mean, there's a few faces of Gen 2. There's a few faces of Gen 2, I would say. Well, I guess Gen 2 really is like the only... Hey, Rosie. I guess Gen 2 is kind of like the only Pokemon Gen that doesn't really have, like, an unofficial face of the Gen. Why would they remove Ampharos? It was going to boost Jet too. Just remember, Chivalrous Ceruledge. Gen 4 added 27 evolutions to older Pokemon families. And in Diamond and Pearl, you could only access 5 before you beat the game. And of those 5, 2 of which were version exclusives. So you could really get like 4 of them. One of them was Mismagius. One of them was Honchkrow. It would not be the first time Pokemon made a very colossal that. Like, the perspective. Like, for perspective, the entire dex of Sinnoh is like 100-something Pokemon. And nearly a quarter of the lines in Sinnoh you just can't access until you beat the game. That is bad game design. Yes, Platinum did make Diamond and Pearl irrelevant. But thankfully, when they made BDSP, they added the Grand Underground, which was a good idea. There's a Gen 3 being the Weather Trio. I mean, I would say more like specifically Rayquaza more than anything. I would say like specifically Rayquaza is the face of Gen 3. Larvitar's only among Silver, even worse. Well, that's where you're wrong, Jays. Well, then again, no, in Crystal, there's that. But if you play the Gen 4 remakes of Gen 2, you can actually get Larvitar before you beat the game. It is in the Safari Zone. Gen 4 is definitively Bidoof. Honestly, I would rather the Gen 4 mascot be Bidoof than what it actually is, basically. I would rather be Bidoof. I just wish people, as class was available leagues, probably favorite generation for Pokemon and Murkrow too. But be just Glen. I think that Gliscor and Tangela are the only 2 that you cannot get before beating the game. But I mean, it's still it's not great that you can't get Gliscor and Tangrowth before beating the game. But at least it's better than not being able to get 22 other of the cross-gen evolutions. Yeah, I believe Tangela is exclusively on the 3 towns in, like, the north part of Sinnoh. Oh, also, Eevee. You cannot get the Eevee family before being in the game. So it is Tangrowth, well, Tangela and Tangrowth, technically both of them. Gliscor, you can get Gligar, but you can't get the Razor Fang until you get access to the 3 areas up there. And Eevee, I believe, are the only 3 Pokemon with Sinnoh evolutions you cannot get access to in BDSP before beating the game. Yeah, I said the Eevee thing right at the same time. I'm pretty sure the Protector, I'm pretty sure, is inside of Iron Island. I'm pretty sure it's inside of Iron Island, at least. Another Murkrow. Thing is, neither Murkrow nor Togetic can evolve until after the league. Oh, for Johto. Okay, yeah. The funny thing is, Danny Bryce, we actually used Togepi and Togetic in our first Let's Play, the Heart Gold Soul Silver Let's Play series. We actually did use Togepi on our team. That's even weirder. We got a second shiny stone there for Togetic. Yeah, no, he was talking about the Johto games, not the Sinnoh games, I'm assuming. Well, it's, whoever locked Gliscor behind the post game VSB deserved to listen to knock on your. Well, the thing is, they didn't lock Gliscor into post game. They just didn't add a. The thing is, you cannot find the Razor Fang in regular Diamond and Pearl until you get to, like, the Battle Resort. And they didn't add in items. Well, under this. Right. Gliscor is the only one of the Sinnoh evolutions that has a unique evolution item that you could not find before beating the game. All of the other ones you can find in the Grand Underground. Because they were obtainable before beating the game in other locations. It's just they added more of them. Should have put it where was. Well, the thing is, it was a remake specifically of Diamond and Pearl. Like they were too faithful to Diamond and Pearl, I will say. But it was. Oh, nice! It's marked. The Joyful, Heracross the Joyful. Oh, it's marked. Is that a rare mark or an uncommon mark? Oh, neat. Where's my... I wish it was, should have put it where it was. Yeah, platinum. Where is it done? Hey, we're getting ready to welcome inside. They wanted to make BDSP good, but they made them. Welcome in, guys. Burnout. Welcome in, everyone. Wait, did you just time out Rosie? Zedrid. Rosie, you keep typoing. Thank you very much, Zed, for the raid. If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Hello there, Zed. How are you doing? Like, honestly, you don't need the Distortion World in the main game, but put it in a post game. Well, the thing is, Jay, the Distortion World is honestly padding. You gotta remember, the Distortion World is a 15-minute hallway. There's nothing in the Distortion World. Well, I mean, yes, you fight Giratina in the Distortion World, but, like, there's no Pokemon. You just battle Cyrus there instead of the Cyrus battle atop a Spear Pillar. Nice! Very nice. Like, I love the Distortion World. It's absolutely amazing atmosphere. But it is basically 15 minutes of padding. I don't enjoy walking through that entire thing needing to carry all those HMs. Does Meryl evolve into a Azumarill? Yes, it does. Tiny Meryl. I feel like they were faithful only when they wanted to be. Completely changed how the radar worked, which makes me sad. Yeah, they were too faithful to a number of things about BDSP. Which I will say was definitely big issues with it. But it was the safest game they could have made. Remember, ICAL has never made another Pokemon game. I think they wanted to play it way too safe, which was definitely a bad idea. That would be a lot cool if you put it there, not some random room in a cave. It would be the whole thing. Cool as heck, and it would be like... But also, I mean, that's like saying the game would have been better if you just had a different coat of paint. There's a Heracross. This one's not marked, is it? Yeah, this one's not marked. But yeah, it's one of those things that I definitely understand why people love the Distortion World, but it's also one of those things that it is largely a hallway. I think both of them may be BSB suck up purpose, but no, you gotta remember, Alex. Like, Alex, I will be having a conversation after stream, but, like, the reason why is because they were working on Legends. Like, BDSP sucks because Legends exists. If Legends didn't exist, actual Game Freak would have worked on BDSP. Just feels like it would have worked better simply because Giratina lives there. Like, it would work better. But again, that's also one of the things of, like, the problem is... But they might do them. I don't think so. The entire reason why BDSP was worked on by Ilka was because the main Game Freak body was working on Legends at the time. Without Legends, like a Legends game existing, they have no reason to divide up the workforce. They wanted to make a traditional style Pokemon game at the same time they released the very experimental prototype of Legends. So that way, if one failed, the other would probably be able to mitigate the disaster. But they ended up completely misinterpreting how things would go. It's actually something that a lot of game companies do when they make like a revolutionary style game for their actual games. They will have like a safe game also be made. The best example is actually Metroid, where when they made Metroid Prime, they made Metroid Fusion, which was a very traditional style Metroid game, which was to sort of arrest fears of people for the 3D, very different style of game that Prime was. Yeah, it's not something that's uncommon among game developers, which is likely one of the reasons why BDSP had the trouble it did. Hey, Navy! Welcome in, guys. And again, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. But yeah, I don't think that anything like what happened with BDSP is going to happen again, specifically because of what happened when it came to the release cycle of Legends. Without another game like Legends basically drawing Game Freak's development away from another mainline Pokemon remake, I don't think that's going to happen. Remember, people thought the same thing about another Let's Go Pikachu style game after Let's Go happened. And Let's Go happened, what, 5-6 years ago? And still no Let's Go 2? Meta, there's a duck in your chat. Want me to get the shotgun? No! No! Like a game where we live in ancient Unova. The funny thing is, Jay, Legends is only 150 years ago. Legends isn't even ancient. Legends is, for all intents and purposes, basically is no different than modern times. He is a duck. Ducks are good. Ducks are food, not friends. Yes! Yeah, Legends takes place in the analog for Edo period Japan, which was like the mid-1800s. Yeah. Legends basically takes place 150 years. It's not ancient Sinnoh. Everyone keeps getting that wrong. If you're calling Hisui ancient Sinnoh, you're calling like the Civil War ancient USA. If you look at a lot of the stuff that actually exists within Legends, it's very much an analog of modern time for a lot of things, because it's got like steam power. But ancient Unova couldn't even be that long ago, because the people would have be 100 years ago. Well, I mean, Unova existed for like 100 to 250 years. But Unova as Unova existed basically 250 years ago. So it was like, even then, you wouldn't really have ancient Unova. It's basically ancient US. Ancient USA. Duck is too chewy to eat. I've never had duck. Ancient Unova couldn't even do the thing long ago. Yeah, that I think is, I mean, again, one of the other reasons why I don't think we're probably going to get another Legends-style game, at least for a while, is it simply comes down to development. It's significantly easier, and also, significantly easier also means significantly cheaper for Game Freak to make these style Pokemon games than it is to make an entirely new, different style of Pokemon game, because they have to completely reinvent their entire development and game design process. As well as these games sell significantly better than Legends. That's the cold, hard calculus that game devs make. It doesn't matter how much the audience loves a certain game or hates a certain game. They go by what sells. You know, that's the best example of that is people love Gen 5 Unova. They love, like, challenge mode, the battle frontier, the battle facilities. They have never brought any of those back. Because the games that had those in didn't really sell that well. Wait, and you watch the Yellow Road and Ash. Yeah, that is the cold, hard calculations that, like, developers make. It's one of the reasons why a game like Legends probably may not happen again for a while. Roost? No. I don't draw the line frequently in places, Roost. Certain jokes. No. But yeah, there is only really one thing that sways game developers, and that is just pure simple sales numbers.
Yeah, there. I will say probably for alligators. Alligators are big part of the U.S. and Cinnamon, wrestling sport of the U.S., Torterra, Native Americans.
Yeah, Torterra would make sense, because, like, well, the thing is, the world turtle is a very common thing in multiple cultures, not just specifically Native American U.S. But it is very common within Native American U.S. He is technically correct. And as we all know, that is the best kind of correct. First meter now I didn't. I'm sorry! I need demonstrable incorrect information is something that is a trigger point for me. I'm sorry. It is my OCD. Zawardo. Florida man gets arrested for throwing alligator in a Wendy's drive-thru again. Why does that not surprise me? Why does that not surprise me? Never underestimate Florida man. Never underestimate Florida man. I legitimately almost read that as Bakugan, Alex. Yes, Bakugan and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the greatest collab of all time. And as dads, I work for Turtle Clan. Turtle. Yeah, it is a very common thing, like, within Native American folklore, but it is not one that is exclusive to Native American folklore. King Crimson's gives him a first. I've seen an old film theory about that subject. You ever seen Wall-E? No, because I didn't really watch Disney or Pixar movies. Roost. We've had this conversation several times. I didn't really watch any of those movies. Bakugan's Gate was okay. I tried Bakugan's Team Monster Truck. Also, Matt Pat's way too far up his own ass for my liking. He's a little. At least when I'm pretentious, I acknowledge my pretentiousness. I mean, it's a slight thing. It's not good, but it's a slight thing. Slightly. Dang. That's just a theory. The funny thing is, it's not even actually a theory. It's a hypothesis. It has no proven backing.
basic theory later on of effective good resources less than ideas. These are sounding. Mapbat's head is so off for his ass that it ends up in his head. Oh, that's a good one. Exact hypothesis. Not theory, hypothesis. Yeah, this game's good.
Actually 5. Like 4 or 5. Not 7.
I hypothesize that I want to cause Bane will go off longer stay on the internet. Makes sense, Roost.
Makes sense. I mean, it is you. It's you after all.
I have to get the time in the next one. Make it like this without the amount of glitches.
The thing is, Jay, the reason why there's a lot of, like, game performance issues is not really something that they can minimize. This entire game is using the game engine from Sword and Shield. Like, they're pushing a game engine that was never designed to do anything like this. And they're basically trying to use that engine to do something it was never really made to be able to do. They basically need to top-down completely reconstruct the game engine for it to not have those problems, and just, that would be just hemorrhaging money. As well as it was their first time actually doing things of this scale. You know, it was a learning process.
Let's make a new engine.
The thing is, we've been over this before, Jay, is you can't just use the TOTK engine. Like, it's... fundamentally, the games are entirely different. Like, it's... the things that would go into making that one and this one are entirely different. You can't just, like, say, well, they look similar, do the same thing. It wouldn't work. Like, you can't even bring in the development staff from Tears of the Kingdom to build this one, because the way that game has to be designed and the way this game has to be designed, in terms of the overworld, are completely different.
Either way, our country has the gentle bit. That's already.
But yeah, very, very likely the next one will be significantly better. It's just this was a learning experience, and the reason why they didn't make a new engine is probably because in the next couple of, like, next year or so, we're going to be getting a new Switch. We're going to be getting a new console in a few years, probably. 1 or 2 years, probably. And they make a whole new game engine for this thing. Then, new system comes out. Then they need to make an entirely new game engine. It would literally be like taking out a giant bag of money, throwing it on the ground, pouring gasoline on it, and just lighting it all on fire. It would be a massive throwing away of money. Get sent into the boat. Hello, Omar. Hello, Evie. Yeah, they just simply would not be able to recoup the investments.
Look at Legends Arceus. It was all loaded in and had some rendering issues because of it. Even adding some fog or unlearning everything in fog would fix most of the lag issues.
Yeah, but then you'd have just yeah, but Roost, you have seen transit on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies, right? You are aware of how hated that is for the fog and the lack of visibility? Number of things have tried doing that. People don't like it. Imagine if you're playing an entire game and you can only see 20 feet in every direction. No one would like that. I have no idea what they probably... I'd assume someplace in Europe, but I really have no idea. But yeah, Roos, that wouldn't work nearly as well as you think it would. That would work very badly. Because other games have tried, and people really don't like it when you artificially restrict the field of view.
Yeah, there's console backwards, but...
Yeah, I'm assuming the next one will have backwards compatibility. Hey, Vogsley, thank you. Like actual file, like making loaded chunks into a visual wall. Like, people code a zoom-in feature of the game, just makes a wall and unload the actual scripts to get close. I have no idea what that means, Roos. Like, you're using computer programming terms that just go completely over my smooth brain. Like, do you mean like having lower polygon textured areas out in the distance that are not being rendered as heavily? Because that's what they're already doing with this game. Like, they already have things are lower quality the further away you go. It's like, I'm not... I don't track. Because even if you have, like, basically a wall of loading for background, it would need to track what your vantage point is from that area. And, okay, so this is where your positioning is right now, this is what you can see from everything, and deload that. And just constantly keep loading and adjusting that everywhere. It would probably still make more problems and fix them. Which is one of the reasons I will forever say they should have just stuck with loading zones. Like, maybe have, like, 6 loading zones per area, like 6 loading zones in the entire game. But just don't get rid of loading zones wholesale. At least until you can get an engine that can... Until they have a purpose-built engine that is not a slapped-together mess of what Sword and Shield's engine was... Maybe then it would work well. But the main issue is just they're using Sword and Shield's engine and just pushing that beyond what it was ever meant to be, and that causes the performance issues. No, dumbass. Make an actual scape into a wall, like a screenshot. Load the entire scape as soon as you get closer. Scape loads in at the same time the wall disappears, and another wall appears. I don't think when you have variable zoom that would work well, especially when you can, like, pivot the camera as much as you can. I'm not certain that would work as well as you think it would. Ancient Roman Punisher would toss him for 11 seconds. Yep, I didn't know about that. Why would it be? Like, what about a decrease in accuracy for any accuracy for all people ever? How hard would that be? Accuracy for all. I'm not sure I follow. I don't follow, Jay. YANMA squash. Yeah, not a thing to be saying here. Yeah, not really something to be bringing up in the chat. Like, we've been over this before. We've been over this before, Blarb. I'm doing this for everybody. Yes. Everybody enjoys the various series that they enjoy. For whatever reasons they may enjoy it. It is for everyone. Check your DMs. Oh no. Diamond again. Again. Fog. Oh yeah, Diamond and Pearl's Fog. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I thought it was a 20% accuracy reduction. Well, not 20%, like something around there. I mean, of course, we're gonna ban someone. Something, yeah. I thought it was like... I know it was like a fraction something. It was like 1/6 is accurate. I don't remember. It was some like weird thing. Yeah, actually, I want to check. I have to check. I actually have to check this now. Fog Bulbapedia. Fog, let us believe the natural effect. In battle, generation 4. Okay. The accuracy of all moves is modified by a factor of 3/5. So all of your moves are 60% as accurate as they normally are. Wow. That is way more punishing than I thought it was. Whoever thought of that should have their kneecaps broken. Like, hey guys, Flash is no longer in HM. We replaced it with the same freaking thing, except it's worse. Whoever thought that was a good idea? They should be fired. I don't think Fog was in Legends. Yeah, it just says the accuracy of all moves is decreased, except for moves that cannot miss. Yeah, it doesn't give an exact number for how much it decreases. Yeah. There is... Yeah, it doesn't give the specific modifiers for it. Probably because Legends' accuracy system is a little bit different than the mainline games. But it just decreases accuracy. It doesn't say by how much. Oh, Crimson Violence, I believe. I'm assuming it's probably less punishing than it was back in Diamond, Pearl, and BDSP. Which, again, accuracy dropping from Fog. You absolute jackwagons. Whoever thought of that, you guys were jackwagons. That is not a good idea. We all know the true way to get to the Fog areas was miss 5 times, your opponent misses 3 times, and when you hit, you start cheering. Yep. Yeah. There was a time we did a Nuzlocke of Platinum, and we actually lost the run because of the Fog. It was the second furthest run we'd ever gotten. And we ended up losing entirely because of the Fog. I never cared about defog. Well, I mean, the reason no one ever cared about defog is because it's so out of the way to go and get. The, Solaceon Ruins. Like, getting through... I mean, it's not hard to navigate through the Solaceon Ruins. It's just kind of annoying. And most of us probably didn't care to go do that because we didn't have the attention span. See if I can save up the aspirins. Yeah, I'm so glad they finally got rid of HMs. Like people can rag on Gen 7 all they want. I will forever have the ultimate rebuttal of, at least it didn't have HMs. What's the one thing that you got the first one to keep? Fire Fang and randomizers. Just... Also, that one that you got the furthest was where I learned... Yep. Yeah, for those who don't know, in Gen 4, Fire Fang bypasses Wonder Guard. The reason for this is the developers knew in the Battle Frontier people would hack in things like Wonder Guard Sableye, Wonder Guard Spirit Tomb, etc., etc., etc. So they built in something to the game that will read, are you using a Pokemon that has Wonder Guard? And then it will put you up like a Pokemon that should not have Wonder Guard, but does have Wonder Guard. And they will force you to go up against Pokemon that have Fire Fang. Because Fire Fang bypasses Wonder Guard. Which, normally against Shedinja isn't really a problem, because Shedinja's already weak to Fire Fang as is, because it's a Fire-type move. No problem. But, when you are not a Pokemon that is weak to Fire, and you have Wonder Guard, that's when it comes into play, though it was deliberately designed to punish no-skill hacks. Which, that always had me laughing. That if you try to do it, they still got the last laugh. I don't know why people hate Gen 7. Yeah, there's a lot of talking, but a lot of them to go battle. I think a large part of why people don't like Alola is it's very different. You know, even though the totems and the island trials functionally are identical to gym battles, it's a break from normalcy. It's just something that people aren't used to, and it is different. It's a large part of why it is a lot of people initially didn't really like Generation 5, is that it is simply different than what they're used to. Yeah. I believe every single trainer in Ultra and Ultra Moon has effort values on their team. As you go throughout the game, the effort values actually ramp up. Isn't that what people want? See, you'd think. Ideally, you'd think that, Jay. Yeah, I've or not. Trainers are scary, but also, I don't know why they cut scenes in SV are... Also, I don't know why the cut scenes in SV are mild to me. Well, they were annoying. I think with Alola's cutscenes, they were significantly longer, is why people don't like it, because the funny thing is, Alola is a faster game than pretty much any of the prior games. The reason why people don't like the Alola cutscenes is with how much longer they are, you don't get that, like, feedback response. Like, when you're mashing the A button through literally, like, if you're mashing the A button through, like, 5 minutes of text, you know, it doesn't feel like 5 minutes. Because, you know, you're constantly getting that response of you're making the text boxes move. You feel you're doing something. But, if you have a 5-minute cutscene and you can't skip it by mashing the A button, that 5-minute cutscene feels much longer than 5 minutes because you're not doing anything. You don't feel like you're interacting with the game. You feel like you're just waiting. Which is why, despite it actually being faster overall than the other games, it feels slower because you don't have that feedback response. You don't feel like you're doing anything. Which is fascinating. Very number one. It's never one. Also, Lola has how? I think they're out. Interesting. It's interesting to see someone else who likes. Like, I like how because he's happy. He's like, he's the first rival that is just unconditionally happy. Like, he's just a guy who likes to vibe.
And it's like, I like that. Because, like, you got Hugh, who's, like, basically Batman. You've got, you know, Bianca's whole, like, emotional complex. You've got Sharon, who's like, I just want to be the strongest there is. You've got Barry, who's like a hyperactive knucklehead, who's awesome. We love Barry. Silver is just edgelord. I want to deck Blue in the face. I hate Blue. You really don't interact all that much with May and Brendan in the Hoenn games. I believe of all the rivals, they're the ones you actually fight the least. I think you fight them like, what, 3 or 4, like 4 or 5 times in the entire game. And also, the old games talk you down a bit. Maybe you felt like being talked down too, because it was over. Yeah. That is one thing I will say Alola had a bad habit of, is Alola was very hand-holdy. Which, Alola being hand-holdy makes sense when you consider it was the first Pokemon game that didn't use, like, a grid. Like, even X and Y, which, you know, X and Y didn't follow, you know, the strict north-south everything, it still had a rigid grid system. With Alola, you had, like, you know, curving routes and everything, and it was very easy to get lost, because there weren't, you know, straight blocked-off areas, in the same way that there were in other games, where it's like, oh, you're in Vermilion City, you're trying to get to Saffron City, there's like, oh, there's this one singular route that goes that way. With Alola, basically all the area on the island, you could more or less go to. So, getting from point A to point B could be a little confusing to a lot of people. Which is why, like, they literally had the Rotom Dex, was literally, as I love to say this, a dumbass go here button. Which is my favorite phrase, just of all to say, but it basically was that because you gotta remember, these games are also for kids, and if there's not a straight line, kids can easily get lost. So it's the same reason why Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee were very hand-holdy, is it was hand-holdy for the younger audience that may not have the same attention. I mean, I know for me, I have ADD. I lose focus, I space out like crazy, and like the hand-holdiness honestly really helped me. Keep in mind, I played Ultra Ultra Moon when I was 20. So, I still found it helpful because I spaced. I was like, wait, what am I supposed to go do again? It's like, oh, I'm supposed to go there, right. With, oh, your memory died. Just kidding, basically, a focus sash. Yeah, that I don't like. I do not like the affection bonuses. I am very glad that with Scarlet Violet, you will not gain the affection bonuses unless you deliberately make a lot of sandwiches. Give us a game that isn't for kids. Give us a game with you. Well, see, here's the thing, Jay. They've done that before, and they don't sell. That's the reason why. The player base of kids for Pokemon is, I would say, like, minimum 60% of the audience. It's probably a lot closer to, like, 80 to 85 to 90%. So it's like, it won't really sell that well. I don't think you mean the affection system in Sword and Shield too? Man, do them get through. But yeah, it's the affection system I don't like. I am glad in this they restricted that to you have to make a lot of sandwiches. You want an adult Pokemon game play Persona? I still gotta play Persona at some point. I've heard, like, nothing but good things. Persona doesn't have shinies, though. Good point. Persona doesn't have no sparkles. That's a factual statement. That's a highly factual statement. Ash, I'm not spoon-fed. Stop with the false accusations of me being spoon-fed. We all know I'm not spoon-fed. However, I believe that is going to be all for today, ladies and gentlemen, and Forehead Queen Ash. Because we will have to wait another 30 minutes until the, well, sun comes back up. We can hunt YANMA again. Until then, there'll be nothing we can go do. So we're going to go on a raid. As someone who hasn't played Persona but has played other Atlas games, they are phenomenal, but they're time investment. So what you're saying is it's like Xenoblade. What's the, Mudkip, send me what the Salmon Run rotation is right now. What is the present? I mean, I just need my thing to recharge, and we can do that. Ooh. Yo, Darrell is doing another Kaizo Ironman, and he's got a Gyarados. Now, if anyone knows, my Elite Battle League team, we have a Gyarados that is doing all kinds of shenanigans, damage, and nonsense. So let's go raid Darrell Gaming, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you tomorrow.